The unification of Germany was one of the most pivotal events in European history, and at the center of it all was Otto von Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor. Bismarck's genius lay not only in his ability to manipulate the political landscape within Germany, but also in his strategic use of war to achieve his vision of a unified German state under Prussian leadership. But how did Bismarck engineer these wars? And why did he choose war as the path to unification? In this video, we'll explore the political maneuvering, the alliances and the battles that led to the creation of modern Germany. We'll uncover the strategies Bismarck used to turn conflict into a tool of statecraft and discuss the political tactics he employed at home and abroad to ensure that the wars he engineered were successful. Before Bismarck's rise to power, Germany was not a unified nation, but a patchwork of independent states, each with its own political structure and interests. The Holy Roman Empire had been dissolved in 1806, leaving behind a collection of German-speaking states that were loosely organized in the German Confederation, a weak and fragmented entity. Among these states, Prussia, Austria, and the Kingdom of Bavaria were the major players. But what made Bismarck's task so challenging was the sheer complexity of the political landscape. Prussia was a rising power in Europe, while Austria, despite being part of the German Confederation, held a dominant position among the German states. Any attempt at unification would need to overcome the rivalry between these two powers. Bismarck, appointed Prime Minister of Prussia in 1862, quickly recognized that the key to unification lay in eliminating Austria's influence over the German-speaking states and consolidating power in Prussia. However, he also understood that a direct confrontation with Austria could be disastrous. Instead, Bismarck carefully cultivated alliances, exploited existing tensions, and played European powers against one another to further Prussia's interests. The real question was how to shift the balance of power in Germany to Prussia's favor without causing a broader war that could jeopardize everything Bismarck had worked for. To set the stage for the wars that would ultimately unite Germany, Bismarck needed to make strategic choices that would create opportunities for Prussia to assert its dominance without provoking an all-out European conflict. This section explores how Bismarck meticulously engineered the diplomatic and military landscape. The first of these critical steps came in the form of the Danish War of 1864, where Bismarck aligned with Austria to take on Denmark over the duchies of Schleswig and Holstein. At face value, this was a dispute over territory, but Bismarck saw it as an opportunity to isolate Austria from the other German states and create a pretext for future conflict. In essence, Bismarck used the war to strengthen Prussia's military position, gain international credibility, and sow divisions within the German Confederation. The Austro-Prussian War of 1866, often seen as the masterstroke of Bismarck's diplomatic genius, was the next step in his plan. The key to this conflict was Bismarck's ability to neutralize Austria diplomatically before the war even began. He skillfully managed relations with other European powers, particularly France, Italy, and Russia, ensuring that they would remain neutral or even supportive during the war. His ability to frame the conflict as a defensive action to protect German interests, while portraying Austria as the aggressor, helped gain the support of the smaller German states, which joined Prussia in the war. The rapid and decisive victory over Austria in just 7 weeks, known as the 7 Weeks' War, led to the dissolution of the German Confederation and the creation of the North German Confederation under Prussian leadership. By strategically excluding Austria from the new confederation, Bismarck had removed a significant obstacle to German unification, solidifying Prussia's position as the dominant force in the region. But Bismarck's victory didn't just hinge on military prowess. It was his diplomatic maneuvering that ensured Prussia didn't face resistance from other European powers. By isolating Austria and creating a sense of inevitability around the outcome, Bismarck ensured that no one was in a position to challenge Prussia's growing dominance. The aftermath of Bismarck's engineered wars laid the groundwork for the unification of Germany. But the consequences extended far beyond just territorial gains. The Austro-Prussian War had not only removed Austria from the German Confederation, but it also signaled a shift in the balance of power in Europe. With Austria out of the picture, Prussia was now in control of the North German Confederation, a collection of states under Prussian leadership. This move gave Prussia an unprecedented level of influence, but it also set the stage for future conflict. One of the most significant outcomes of these wars was the way Bismarck reshaped the political landscape within the German states. The newly formed North German Confederation united many of the smaller German states under Prussia's rule, but Bismarck needed one final spark to bring the southern German states on board. That spark came in the form of the Franco-Prussian War in 1870. With the southern states reluctant to join the Confederation, Bismarck needed to manufacture a crisis that would rally them to the cause. He crafted a diplomatic incident involving the Spanish throne, which ultimately led to French anger. Bismarck, however, manipulated the situation to inflame anti-French sentiment, drawing the southern states into an alliance with Prussia. The victory in the Franco-Prussian War was the final catalyst for German unification. The war's outcome not only secured the southern states' allegiance, but also led to the proclamation of the German Empire in 1871, with King Wilhelm I of Prussia crowned as emperor. In a matter of years, Bismarck had transformed a fragmented German landscape into a powerful, unified nation under Prussian leadership. In these wars, Bismarck didn't just rely on military force. His true genius lay in his diplomatic strategy, manipulating alliances, creating tensions, and leveraging the political dynamics of Europe to achieve his goal of a unified Germany. His ability to control the narrative, both at home and abroad, made him one of the most influential political figures of the 19th century. And this was just the beginning. With the wars behind him, Bismarck's political challenges would shift. He now had to manage the delicate balance within the newly unified German Empire. But that's a story for another time. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. In the next episode, we'll dive into the Second Schleswig War, 1864. The first step toward German unification, exploring how Bismarck's first victory shaped the course of history. You won't want to miss it.